Good morning out there, girls. I had to reboot. Oh my goodness, this is, let's try our computer and see if that's all working. Yes, I think it is. I'm a little bit late. So let me just close the door, see if we can have a few of you find me and make a comment. Let me know you're here. Oh, Lisa, good for you. Thank you for commenting right away. Keep commenting and sending hearts and thumbs up. I'm going to close this door. I had to completely, I started the Facebook Live about a minute before 12, and then it locked up and I froze, and I had to completely reboot the computer. So, oh, hi, Carla and my sister, Chris. They are downstairs in my kitchen watching. So good for them. I'm so glad. And I'll introduce you to them at the end here. So it was going to be a surprise, but it's so fun to see people pop on and say hi. And takes a few minutes. Let's see, once we're a little dark, I'm going to move this light over here. There we go. So keep commenting. How's the weather in Montana, Lisa? How are you doing? Did you find a place? Did you find a place to move? Did the apartment rental work out? Hope so. Those are beautiful facilities. So is there snow, or how's the weather there? I know in Wisconsin it was snowing today, but it's about 70 degrees here today, and my sisters and I are going to go to the beach this afternoon. Oh, thank you, Carla. Yep, it was pretty scary. Not as bad as when I called 911 or SOS, but it was, it takes a while to turn off your phone and then to reboot it. So I'm glad that that's working. Let's see if we can wait another minute and see if everyone can get on, or a few more people can get on. Takes a little bit of time. So that's why it's important to put those happy faces, thumbs up, anything so Facebook will see us and those algorithms happen or something. The more people that see us, then others can see us too. So just keep posting something. Let us know how you're doing. And Lisa, did you work out for your exercises this morning? I went to my physical therapy this morning at 8 o'clock, so I had my little workout early, which is good. It's been helpful to some degrees. So anyway, I wonder if we're going to get anyone else on. Let me see if I can see some comments here. I hate being late. I'm sorry about that. And sometimes people will give up if they don't find us. So just keep hanging in there. I hope by now you have read the Stamping Up updates for today, because they were very exciting. I'm looking for comments on my iPad. Okay, there we go. I'll put it in front of me. It was exciting this morning to open the Stamping Up news for the day. There were a lot of nice things but the most exciting was to see that we have free shipping on Wednesday, tomorrow, the 17th. And Stamping Up only does it once a year, and we never know. Jan says she has to take someone who's sick, so she's not going to be there today. So anyway, so free shipping tomorrow. And so those of you who have customers, please send them an email or call them or tell them, because this is a big day. 10% off is a good amount, and it doesn't happen very often. Maybe once a year. Maybe, I don't know that Stamping Up's ever done it twice a year. Let's see if we're going to find anyone else. Oh, gee, I think I sort of made a mistake by getting on and then freezing. So anyway, that was big news. Also, today is the first day that you can start using some of your celebration rewards. That means that if you earn some money, like some of you, like Lisa, for example, you had a recruit during celebration, you get $25. If someone got 2 recruits, they get $100, and you can start using that bonus money today. They also announced that we have new colors that are coming up, but they didn't tell us what they are. They're going to reveal those next week. I'm just trying to get this straight. This is a little bit crooked this morning. Oh, hi, Melissa. Melissa is one of our new team members from California. So glad that you could find us, Melissa. Good for you. Good. It's pretty early there, 9 o'clock in the morning, I think. It's sort of late here on the East Coast, but in a few weeks I'll be back to Montana, and then it varies. We have girls on all coasts, East Coast, West Coast, Pacific, and Central. So anyway, back to today's announcements. The new colors will be revealed next week. An impression pad is coming soon, but they don't know. And then the big news was free shipping tomorrow. So I would suggest, especially for those of you who need to meet your minimum requirements for the month, for these 3 months, be sure you take advantage of that tomorrow, because there's nothing like free shipping. It's great. Other companies do it more often, but Stampin' Up! Does it once a year usually. So anyway, I'm so happy that you're here today and so happy that you can join us. Okay, I'm going to see if I cannot get there we go. I'll set that computer over here and close your eyes. I'm going to flip this down and start our projects for today. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to zoom in and try not to hit the 911 button or anything. Okay, this is a card. This is a card just so that I can sort of show you balance or set up my focus. This is a card that's going to be in my class that's coming for this Saturday. It's an ice cream class, and I have all the cards designed. So if you are interested, you get the paper included in this, and this is punched. These are punched with our punch, that's ice cream cone builder, and the glitter paper, and that's just a great paper. If you've never used this, it looks like this. It's a big sheet. I love this, and I thought when I first saw it, it was not pretty one bit, but I saw it in the catalog. But you see it in person, it's big. And then you just punch. I just punched the top like this, upside down, so I don't want to get the bottom. But you just punch it like that, and the bottom part is for the cone. I'm going to show you that in a minute here. But anyway, just want to remind you about this beautiful paper, and that works really well. So we'll set that aside, and that's one of the cards. So Melissa, you'll have to let me know when you get your kit from last week. This is the card we're going to do today. This one is an easy card, but I think it gives you a good perspective. Our second card is much harder and will take longer. So this one we're going to start with. I love this paper. This is I always buy these from Brian King in Georgia, but I love these little books that show us all the colors in this beautiful paper. Look at those popsicles. And we're going to use this for a card. And I love this paper. And I love the cone out of this, and so you just punch the cone out of that crosshatch paper. Anyway, this is called the ice cream corner, and so we're going to get started here with that, and I'll get my little package out that I've made with all our supplies. So get your phone ready or your camera to take a picture, and then if you want to do a screenshot. Okay, this is what we need. We're going to use cinnamon cider ink, which is a brown ink. So that's what we'll use today on our card. And we'll just get that set right there. And then our stamp set is called Sweet Ice Cream. Love the fonts. Nice happy birthday, good thank you. Treat yourself, melt your heart, melts my heart. And then this sort of two-part stamp, and then sprinkles, and I'll show you that too. So here we go. We have our card measurements. I wonder if we have any more people on here now. Let's see once. Oh, there's Martina. Hi, Martina. Good to see you. I was just a bit late this morning because my camera froze up here. I don't know. I've never had that happen before. This is my base, 4¼ by 11. And so it's a top folding card. And it's just a normal size. We'll put that right there. And then we have Petal Pink. I love this. Petal Pink is one of the colors that's in the ice cream corner. So we will get our adhesive going. We'll adhere that down. It's 4 inches by 5¼ There we go. And then I have a crosshatch. This is the crosshatch. We're going to use that first, and then we're going to use the cones on the other side. So it's just a 1/4 inch down, 3 3/4 by 5. We'll put that down. There we are. Well, ladies, some of you know that I got my vaccine last week, right after my Facebook Live. It was so exciting to have that. Anyway, so I've had 1 shot. I'll come back. I'm going to go back to Montana and get the other one, hopefully. So anyway, this is the 3rd mat, so we have 1, 2. This is the 3rd one. This is quite a bit smaller. I want that crosshatch paper to show. So this one is 3 by 4 1/8. Let's see, I'm going to stand up here. Let me get this, there we go. Let me see if we can get a little bit more light on this. Put it right up here once here. Oops, daisy. Here we go. 3 by 4 1/8. And now this is our last piece, and this is 2 7/8 by 4. And I just want a skinny little border. So, and this is the ice cream cones. The paper is just gorgeous. So it's just really the focal point. And so we're just going to have a skinny little border there. And now that's the front of the card. And now we'll do our stamping. So we're going to move that aside. I'll get my mat. And our ink is going to open up our cinnamon cider, and I'm going to get our mat, like that. And we're going to do a thank you, and we'll just do it on this is just a 1-inch band, a strip. I always keep this, white paper strips, anything I cut off for making a card, to keep it in a drawer. And this just works really well, this size. And I'm going to stamp it like that. And it's a photopolymer, so we want to use the our piercing mat underneath it. And we'll set that aside for just a second, and we'll stamp the inside of our card with the cone. I'm going to get a little ice cream cone. These are so you'll see, watch this now. See how it has a little bit of white space in the middle? That's because it's a distinctive. It's supposed to look realistic. No, I don't know. I better not get that on my card. So might be a little wet, so I can put that over there. Okay, I'm going to put the ice cream cone right there. Oh, I meant to stamp off, but I didn't. So, well, let's see once here. Anyway, it would have been a lighter color, and then my crosshatch was supposed to be full strength. So let's see if it still works. I think it will, but it's just not quite what I was planning to show you. You can see that. It would have probably been better if I had stamped off. So let me show you that, how it would look on a stamp, if it would be I can't show you the whole thing because I don't have enough paper handy. So I would stamp it off like that, so it would be much lighter, and then I would do the hashtag like this. And that's better, but anyway, it'll still work. It'll be just fine. Okay, and then on the inside, I want to say it's going to be a thank you card, and let's see what we're going to put on the inside here. And I'm going to do a You Melt My Heart. Maybe you make me very happy. You melt my heart. There we go. And we'll give that a clean right there. And we don't, now there are stamps for the top, but I am going to punch it out of this paper. So let's do that. I'm going to close up my ink to get that out of the way, just like that. And then we're going to come in here and punch. So we're going to punch at the top. So I love these little splotchy, they're like watercolor paper. And we're going to use this color. This is sort of, I drew my inspiration. I just sort of made this up from these colors. So that is so I don't want to stamp this whole thing like this because then I would cut that off. But I'm going to just turn it around and it almost looks like it has a little bit of vanilla on top. Oh, I like that one, so I'll do that. And that one has just a nice, it's a light color. And then we'll do we're going to do a green one for the outside. Because like this, or we could do a Bermuda Bay. Either one, we could do Bermuda Bay. Let's try that. We'll try. So anyway, this is, I think would be good, like this. We'll do that. We'll do the Bermuda Bay. It'll give us a little bit different look. Slide that over. And sometimes you have to cut around to get to an area. And now I'm going to do the little bit of, I don't know, somehow it seems like that was supposed to be. Yep, but anyway, I'll just, oh, here's a piece. I'll just punch it out of this one. Just like that. And there's our front. So that would be for another card that is big enough. So let's pop up. I'm going to move my mat out of my way right there. And let's come in and we'll just, we're going to notch these. Just put it like this. Just slant it. That's sort of trendy right now to do slants. But you can do you can flag your ends too. And I am going to just put some dimensionals on here on these things. And I'm actually going to put on the one on the inside. I don't want that one raised, so I'm just going to put it like this. Oh, and I meant to stamp on the envelope, but that's okay. You get the idea. You know how to do envelopes. So let's put some dimensionals on. Put this right here. And now we'll put some dimensionals on these things. And I do, I know some of you ask, why do I have black lines? Well, I just put those on with a magic marker because it sort of helps. I learned that from Kelly Atchison in Wisconsin, and it just helps show me that I've got where the dimensional covers are coming off. So I just take it off with take your pick tool like that. And then I can just drop them right in my little wastebasket. I have a terrific little wastebasket like this. You can get it at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. They're in the sewing section. It's a little, and I just drop my dimensionals right in. And then I'm going to place my cone like this. Get this all lined up so you can see it again. I'm going to put my cone on the ice cream part of it like this. And here's my thank you. You can move that around. I think I'll just put it right. What do you think? Maybe I'll put it up here. I think I will. I think I'll put it up here this time. There we go. Thank you. And now all we need are some sprinkles. And what we do is, and I won't do all of these because it's a little tedious, but you'll get the idea. And I will post pictures this afternoon too. So this is these are called ice cream corner sprinkles. And they're like little pieces of rubber. They're tiny little, they're not plastic by any means. And what I do is this. I take my Tombow green glue. Oops. I don't do that. Get a wet wipe here. Real fast and see if I can get that because I don't want that to stick. I just put a tiny dab of Tombow on my ice cream. It's so funny. Now it's not working, but you can take your pick tool, the putty on the end if you want, and you can just. Actually, I think I will use my tweezers because these are so tiny that I think it works a little bit better. I usually use my take your pick tool for just about everything, but this one is. This one works just a little bit better. If you can go in there and just pick up those sprinkles like this. And then you would just do, I like to do the odd numbers because everything in nature is odd numbered. So I would put 5 or 7 on there, and then your card is finished basically. It would, it'd have a top like here would be another one. Like another look like there's one, but I'll finish that afterwards. I'll take pictures this afternoon and then I'll post those. And these are the 2 cards. This one is green, this one is Bermuda Bay. What do you think? Which do you like better, the Bermuda Bay or the green? And anyway, that would be great. Make a comment. Do you like the green or the blue? Do you like the thank you up above or down below? Anyway, there we go with our ice cream card. It is a wonderful class. If you have any interest, I have a couple openings yet, I think. So last week I totally sold out of my kits. This week we still have a few more days, so we'll see about that. Okay, let's put that aside. And now we have a little harder card. Let me just get these things cleaned up a second and get our space a little bit more organized once again. Okay, and now we are going to do a pop-up card. So this is what we are making today, and this is a bit more challenging. I loved being challenged by this. I wanted to do another pop-up, and this was in my class this past week that just shipped, and I don't know that I've ever done one of these before on a video. I've done the other type of pop-ups, but this one is a little bit harder. And thought we would use our wonderful new stamps that we have called Butterfly Brilliance. And it's a big, big, big stamp like this. And do not let me forget to stamp my inside before I start folding it, because it's such a big stamp anyway. I've been thinking I might buy a second stamp and cut it apart too, but I haven't done that. And these are the dies, and I used these to cut out the butterflies that were on my last sheet of designer paper. Anyway, those of you who took my class last week, you would get paper in there, some paper in there, but I love this set of dies. We have the outline one. These are the outline. Then we have the inside intricate and then some cutouts. But it is a super, if you don't have this, this has to be on your list for tomorrow. I would think that it'll go fast. It's going to be in the new annual catalog too. Then my other stamp that we're using on this is called Happy Thoughts. Right here, the happy birthday. I love this stamp. This is my first choice. My very favorite stamp in the whole mini catalog. I certainly hope they'll continue it into the next catalog. Great, happy birthday, thinking of you, thank you, congratulations. And then the inside greetings are there too. So it is a super one to have. It was designed by Jackie Bolheis, and she lives in Michigan. She was a $1 Million Achiever, and that was the stamp that she designed. So we are going to do that today. This is my box of just lots of miscellaneous butterflies that I have cut out, and I just can go put them on a card, I've been keeping these little scraps. I actually had to cut some more this morning because I didn't have any small ones. I had used them all up. So let's come in and let's do our pull out our ingredients right there. And there's my base that I'm going to stamp on. And we have an envelope too. So let's stamp our butterflies first, and then I'll move that big stamp out of the way. We do not need our piercing mat because this is a red rubber. So red rubber stamps have their own cushion. They don't need any more. How's that light? How do you think that light is today? Anyway, so it seems a little shadowy to me, but anyway, let me see if I can find my ink. Oh, we're using Calypso Coral right here, and here it is. What I'm going to do, this is going to be a little tricky, so I'm just going to ink up a part of this and set that over there so I don't get ink on that. I'm going to ink my stamp. I'm doing this. Kathy Wilkerson would probably just be really happy. She always likes to stamp. Oh, I sort of didn't get that one. Anyway, let's just do, now I'm going to fix that. I'm just going to add a little bit right here. Like that. And there is our envelope. So, and now we will stamp a butterfly. I'm going to ink up a little bit more this time, and it's a big one, so I'm going to ink it like this. Anytime you have a big stamp, it's always better to ink it up like that way. And so I have a piece of paper, white paper, that is 5.5 by 8.5, which I don't have marked on there. And this is what we do before I have done this for my classes. This is a template. I would take a picture of this if you can, a screenshot. This is, it's 5.25 by 8, and I scored it at 4 inches. So it's a little bit, just slightly different than what some of our normal measurements might be. So it's scored in half like this, just slightly different. And now what I've done is gone out a 1.5 inches out, and I usually do this with a pencil. I'm showing you with the ink just because, and then I move it out to 1.5 right there and make a little pencil mark. And then I go down 2.5 inches, like down to here. And then this is what I do. I actually am going to do this for you right now so that before I stamp, in case I make a mistake. So I have a little pencil mark right there. Here's my center line. And what I do is I take my piercing mat like this, and I lay it underneath. I take a metal, you can use any ruler, but I like a metal ruler the best. And I take my bone folder. I have one bone folder I've used for ink, so I hope it's not the one. I don't think it is. And I just run it along and I score it that way. You can also score with your paper trimmer, but it's just a little harder. And this is my favorite way, but you can try it the other way if you like using your paper cutter trimmer, using the score blade. So now I have that done. I love these little metal rulers. You can buy them on Amazon or at any office supply. So now I'm folding on this line. I'm just creasing it like that. And we want the inside to pop up like this. And now I'll just crease that. Put my pierce mat away and take my bone folder again. Give it a good crease. And I would erase those marks. But you want do you see how this comes in as a valley? This is a mountain. And there we have it. And this is going to fit inside of our card. So we have a card that is a normal 5.5 by 8.5 like this. And this is going to go in here like that. So it's not so hard after you do one of them. So let's go back to our stamping now and get that done and out of here so I don't put my elbows in it or my wrist. And I wore sort of a Calypso Coral shirt today. It's sort of all I have in this closet. So I try to match it. It's such a big stamp, so I'm going to just, I'm going to go off the edge like that. And that looks good. Give it a little bit more ink. And this time I'm going to come in the other direction. So I'm inking it up again. And I'm going to come over here. I don't want to drop it. It's such a big, big, big stamp. We're going to just put it down like that. Oop. There we go. And what I did forget, I know I forgot this, was to stamp the greeting first. Let me see once where my greeting is. Here it is. We are going to stamp today is great because of you. And I meant to stamp it right over there. But we will see how we can do this. Maybe we can put it right there. We'll just add that wherever it fits. Okay. I think it'll be right here. Today is all about you. Let me get it lined up on my grid paper. Right there, like that. Okay, I'll have to touch that up with my Stamp and Write markers. That'll be good though. And then while we've got our ink open, let's do our front of the card too, which I haven't shown you that yet, but we'll just do a happy birthday and on this. So this is, again, this is from the Happy Thoughts. The inside, I love that. So it's happy birthday. On the outside, I just need a lot of birthday cards every month. I probably need 12 to 15 cards every month. I have relatives, and then I have team members, and first and second downline. So it takes a lot of birthday cards, and it takes a lot to be organized, quite honestly. Sometimes I forget, and then I'm late. So that is the way it works. Then I use that stamp set that we have for about being late. I love that one. Okay, so we have our inside. It's pretty much done. What we're going to do is we're going to do our outside next. So let's see what's here. Let me see how our positioning is. We're going to give it a good crease right there. And then on our outside, we have some, like, you can get your cameras ready, your phones ready. We're using to take a screenshot of these. Okay, we have, we're going to just do tone on tone. So this is Calypso Coral, and it's 3 3/4 by 5. And we will go give it some adhesive, and I'm going to stand up so I can see this just a little bit better and don't get my head in the way. Oh, actually, I meant to put the designer paper on first, but anyway, we'll do it this way. It'll be just fine. So then I have these measurements. This is designer paper from the butterfly, and this is fabulous paper. I've gone through pretty much 2 full packs. One, this butterfly one, this is the sort of that motleyed, I love that water splashed look. And that one is 2 by 2 7/8. And then I have 2 extra little strips that are 3/4 of an inch by 4 7/8. And I meant to put that on first. Anyway, it'll still work. We'll see. I'm going to switch to my Tombow, my green glue, because we want to have a little bit of wiggle room for this. And I think what we'll do is, since I've done it, I put that on just a little bit too soon. I'm going to put the side pieces on first. And I'm just going to, and the reason I'm using, I don't really, I don't like to get my fingers dirty, but I'm using the green glue because it has a little bit more wiggle room, and we have sort of a close situation here. We want just a little bit of edging. Just a little bit, like showing right there. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing with the other one. I'll get that out, and I'm going to leave about 1/8 of an inch around the edges. So this is sort of my gluey tweezers too. So and then we'll put this right in the middle. Let's see, oh good, it'll work. I'm going to have the yellow at the top. It's sort of an ombre look. It goes from dark to light at the top, and then we'll put that in. When you're using the liquid glue, I taught our grandson Jack this. You just sort of scribble it. You don't squeeze on it. Oh, and he said, "Oh, that's such a neat trick to know." This was a couple months ago. Okay, here we go. So we'll just slide this. See how it has a little bit of wiggle room, so that's good. Whoops, a little bit too much on that one, so I can just slide it over a little bit. There is the front of our card, except for happy birthday, which we stamped, and now we'll pop that up. Actually, I'm going to just use a couple of these. I love the full sheets of foam. Oh my goodness, love these, love these. I saw that first used by Patty Bennett, and I just cut them into little squares and have a little dish on my table like this. I still love my dimensionals, of course, but this is really fast. I would probably normally use 5 dimensionals on that size, and I'm just going to use 2 here, 2 of these little cut pieces, and then I take my piercer and just pull them off like that, and then I can put it on, get it all lined up. I'm sorry, my little grid paper is a mess here, but it is what it is. So there we have the front of our card, and we'll add a couple dimensionals. So we'll do that. I'm going to add, so now I can use my, take your pick tool, put that up there, and we're going to be done before you know it. There we go. It's not so hard after all. And okay, now the inside. Again, we're going to use our green glue on this. And let's get our piece. And we could use our eraser. I have my other eraser too. Let me see once. These mono erasers from an office store. So you can erase your pencil marks or your ink marks, whatever you have there. And okay, so we're going to do one side at a time. Again, we did this last week in a video too. I'm just going to scribble on this glue and do one side, and then I'm going to do the other side. So I'm going to turn it so the crease is like that. Now we're going to try to line up the creases. And get a little edge there. That'll be good. Give it a second. And I didn't mean to get my head in there. Sorry about that. My hair. And oops, there we go. I see. Hi, Linda Wilmuth. I'm glad to see you. I just saw my comments. I sort of lost those for a second. And now we'll do the other side. And I hope I didn't lose all my video on that when I touched it. My hands have glue on them now. So we're going to give it a little stream of glue. And we're almost done. Almost done. So now I'm going to close it up. And again, I want to just sort of make sure it's wiggled into place. And before, here we go. When it closes, it's not. There we go. And we'll see how this is open like this. That looks great. And then give it another good bone folding like this. Oh, great. Terrific. And now all we have to do is take these butterflies and put them on. And you can see that I cut out, when I cut them out with the die cut, I cut 6 at the same time. So it's just one sheet of paper and 6 butterflies, and I just saved the other ones. Well, some I've used already. But anyway, we're going to put a big one, and what I'm going to do now is use our glue dots. And I'm just going to put a butterfly along the edge. We want it to pop up. We don't need a very big area. We don't want to attach the wings. So now I'm getting a couple of glue dots with my piercer, just like that, and just lift them off like that. And now I'm going to put it on. I'm just going to, I don't want to, my greeting is down a little bit lower than I wanted, but I mean, it's up a little higher than I wanted, but I stamped the butterflies. I should have done the greeting first, but it's still working out just fine. So we want the edges to curl like this. We can curl them up with our bone folder. Yeah, I've already put some, I opened up a new Wink of Stella this morning. we have a butterfly. It goes like that. And I'm going to curl these before I put them on this time. So I like to curl them down first. And you can do whatever you want. And then I curl up just a tiny bit like that. And I fold them in half. Same thing with this yellow, the pretty yellow one. I'm going to go down and then up a little bit on the edges. Give them a glue dot. And this I think I can just, without doing my piercer, I'll just take one like that and put it on. Another one right there. And we're going to put this one in the crease too. We don't want it to extend outside of the crease, otherwise our card won't fold. So, or it won't fit into the envelope either. So anyway, let's try this. I think I'll put it right there because we don't have a lot of room since I stamped that greeting up so high. But you'll see when someone opens this card then, so when it closes up, everything folds flat like this. And then when you open it up, you have some things sticking down together. There we go. We're gonna have to make sure we get any stickiness off so it doesn't, there we go. And there we have our card. And this is the other one. The other one I stamped at the bottom, which made more sense, but I don't know. I was wanting to I was afraid I wasn't going to stamp it. And so that's what I did today. I'll touch that up with my Stampin' Right marker. Anyway, those are our two cards. They're both identical. So, and then we have an envelope to go with it. Let's see where we have that. Oh, right there. So there's our envelope and our two cards for today. And I think we've done really well on our time. So let's flip the camera. I'll move my light. Oops, it just about fell off. It did fall off, in fact. Terry had set that light up for me. Let's flip the camera and go back. So we almost have a broken, it was sort of an expensive little light there. Thank you, Melissa. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for saying that. Let me open the door. Get a little more air in here now again, and appreciate you stopping by today. And you can always go back and watch the replay and get the measurements if you need to. I know a lot of girls. And I'm wondering where my sisters are. They're supposed to be here to say hi to you. So, don't know. Anyway, so our cards today were the ice cream, and that's part of my class this week, and the butterfly was last week. Those classes all sold out. So anyway, here I hear my sisters coming. So here's one of them. Where's the other one? Hey, Chris. Oh, there's my sister Carla. So here, Chris, you come stand over here. So this is my sister Chris. This is my sister Carla. And
hey, you guys.
So isn't that fun to have them here? They're visiting from Wisconsin. So I'm the oldest. Carla's next, and then Chris. And then we have a brother and a youngest sister. Our youngest sister, Kara, is teaching kindergarten. So she's back in school, finally. So I don't know if Tess, who teaches math in Texas, if she's back in school now too. She's usually on here. So anyway, we're happy to have my sisters. Can you say a word, Carla or Chris? Chris, tell them what you found this morning.
I found about a dozen starfish on the beach when I was walking.
I should have had you bring one up, but that's okay. Yeah, they're outside. She washed them off and they're drying.
And maybe Corinne will make us a starfish card someday.
Yeah, a great idea. Carla?
Well, it was fun watching Corinne from downstairs today.
I enjoyed it as well. I never get to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah. So Chris got to see her too once. So.
Yeah, well, we almost didn't get to have a Facebook Live after my camera froze. And I don't know what happened, but it froze. And anyway, I had to totally reboot it, which takes a while. So, and it is fun to see my sisters here with me. So anyway, thank you, ladies, for joining today. And I'm glad you could be with us this Tuesday. Don't forget, free shipping tomorrow, and Take advantage of that. If you have customers, send out an email, call them, text them, and place those orders because it'll be a busy day tomorrow, but a lot of savings. So, alrighty, have a great day and stay safe and healthy. Alrighty, see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.